And just like that, we're back. What are the odds? I said I'd be right back, and I was telling you the truth. Let's open up. Let's open this up. There we go. That's the one I don't need on. Let's turn the settings on as we get some nice little volume here. Yeah. Feel that ambience. Feel that nice, beautiful, beautiful sound. Now as we go into here, let's just check this new layout real quick. First, let's go ahead and hide that because we don't need that up. Now, as we can see, the weekly calendar is up here in our little items tab. I have already got mine for logging in, as you all should. Please log in and get your free daily rewards now, as they are finally coming to us from PlayFusion themselves. We got shards. We got 10 shards each. I'm going to save those. I'm going to save those and we'll open them up. We'll just start accumulating resources now, waiting for the next patch, as we don't really need anything. Our missions and our weekly challenges. We have to level up any. We have to play combos. I don't know how many. It just says play combos. I don't know what that means. Maybe just play one combo. We'll find out. And then level up tech. So it looks like we're going to be playing some tech. So I hope someone submitted a deck list that's tech. A lot of people here already playing. Now, Benny. Oh, click on it. It tells you, really? So it does. Oh, I see. Oh, that's how you just get points. I see. I see. So you have to get 780 points. Okay. So you just have to get this many points to get to your milestones. I see how it works now. But yeah, Benny, who works for the company, is in the top 5. Is he trying to get that free playmat that he gave to the players and just be like, yeah, I gave it to you guys, but you couldn't beat me for it? I mean, that just... You gotta knock Benny out of the standings. Benny getting his own reward that he gave us as like a little teaser. He's like that guy with the fishing rod with a dollar bill over it. It's like, oh, you gotta be quicker than that. You want it? You want? Oh, well, I gotta jump for it. I gotta get there. He's just holding it the whole time for himself. Scroll down one. Oh! Check out that number 8 spot by our man Mud Turtle here. And as we go down a little bit, Freshen, Lubers, Lightseekers himself, Access to Nye, a guy named Steak, S-Darbs, Grizzo is a name I know familiar, Rocketsar is number 48. I am not even on the list yet. Grizzo is Starfear's dad. Awesome. Great to know. So, I believe... Trying to think. I got a deck list for OFC here. On his Captain Rotbeard deck that he would like help on. and I am more than happy to accommodate. So let's jump in here. Let's build this deck. And see if we can help out OFC. First of all, if people are at Play Fusion or ever watch this video, this, where is it? This little button right here, this little legacy button, please find a way to have this be auto off when you go into the deck construction. If you want people to play standard, then have their main list they look at just be the standard cards. I shouldn't have to constantly go into my deck construction and turn the legacy cards off to build a standard constructed deck. Just a hint, this button right here, just auto off when you go into the deck construction. If they want to build legacy, they can manually turn it on, but it should be auto off. Cannot emphasize that enough. Do not know how else to say it. If anyone wants to clip it and just share the clip around of this being auto off, please do. That'd be great. That'd be so great for you guys to do this. Just get people into standard by turning this off. That's all I'm asking. So now we will look for Rotbeard. He's Captain Rotbeard. That's why I cannot find him. He's right there. Alright, we will go down here into the combos. We have Raise the Dead. Or Raising the Dead. We have Burst of Venom. We have Shadow Form. We have Devour Soul. And we have Soulstorm. Some very powerful combos from Dread. Dread really has its own tool set. Not a lot of people are running the other ones because these ones are just so generically good. They're just so generically good. It's hard to compete with the ones that are just so generically good. We'll come in here, we'll find Spectral Widow. Get 3 of those in here as they are undead. We'll get Assassin's Guild. 3 of those. 3 Corrupted Spirits. 3 Shadow Puppets because buff removal is and always will be some of the best action cards in the game. 1 Terror Guard. 3 Vile Breath Creebles. 1 Shady Recruiter. 3 Lurking Horrors. 2 Fanatics. 1 Eternal Hunter. 3 Scapegoats. 2 Barkeeps. And 2 Sneaky Creebles. So first things first. Where are you, my beautiful snipping tool? Let's get this deck list. Saved in the proper spots. All the meticulous work that goes into a great show, guys. All this stuff. Perfect. Beautiful. Now we can turn this back on and make sure that everything is, of course, not linked up as we want it to be. Let me just wait here for this. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why right-clicking on this is just such a hassle. Get my combos all linked up properly. Boom. And we are good to go. Now, in the OFC Rotbeard, from what he said, it's just... he was just looking for some help. Just to see if it works. Just to see how we can make it a little more synergistic. Now, with the Rotbeard deck list that we have... I do want to go back in here. I want to see how many Creebles and how many Undead he's running with. With Undead, he is running 10. And Creeble, he's running 11. Okay. So just looking for a nice consistent damage with all of this. Let's see how it works. Want to practice it with your new and improved Howlock deck? Oh man. How about I get a feel for the deck first and then we go against your Howlock deck? Because I don't want to be blown up by turn 5 and not have any idea how the deck actually functions. So we're going to come in here. We're going to try the OFC Rotbeard just against random AI. Get ourselves a feel for the deck. It's actually kind of slow now. Mucho, that's not your play style. That's not your avenue. All right. Wow. Okay. Very strong start from Grimbeak. I think we just do this and pass. We'll have a Scapegoat into Corrupted Spirit next turn, triggering this ability, which will increase the damage it does as well. Draw a card first. Card draw is card draw. Jacob, have a good night, man. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for enjoying the content. Please follow my YouTube channel, and you can watch the videos on replay there. So, have a good one, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. And we'll do a Scapegoat. Get this 2 damage, because it will be increased to 5. So it looks like this deck is trying to be a somewhat aggressive style deck. We are going to be looking for... no, honestly, probably another Scapegoat and a Sneaky Creeble. I don't want to overextend right now. I think I'll pass draw, Because next turn I can Assassin's Guild and then lay 3 cards. On this. There's nothing really... I mean, I could Sneaky Creeble right now to get an addition off of this. But if I lay all 3 next turn, it's the same as if it was. And I'll still get to draw a card. So I think I'm just going to pass draw right now. Carabid Scavenger. We do have a lot of healing coming up right now. Let's see what happens. Corrupted Spirit's going to help us draw, which is amazing. We may actually just want to... So we could Sneaky Creeble and get 5 in. Or Corrupted Spirit Sneaky Creeble. And have our ability trigger. And get the additional damage. But we also draw a card. So yeah, I think I'm just going to pass draw right now. Essentially it's the same damage because of our hero ability. I'm going to lay this into Sneaky Creeble. I probably should have kept the Spectre in hand and then just Burst of Venom. But you know what? Doesn't matter. So, Eternal Hunter is only going to help us look for a Barkeep or a Terror Guard. Corrupted Spirit is going to be fully blocked, and we'll essentially just draw a card regardless. I think I just pass draw here. I think I just pass draw. Shadow Puppet's nice. Shadow Puppet's a nice pickup. And that's lethal. Alright. Alright, so there are a few changes I want to make to this deck. It did seem to run fine. The combos I don't really like. I don't really like the combos in this. I do actually think this is a type of deck. Whoops. Not playing. This is a type of deck where we can actually run Eternal Hunters. This is the deck that we run Eternal Hunters in. And the reason I'm saying that is because this Terror Guard's going to go. This Barkeep is even going to go. We don't really need those. We are going to run Shady Recruiters. We're going to run some Shady Recruiters. Turn this off. For the love of all that is holy, turn that off. And the reason I say that is because in this deck, what Eternal Hunter does is if it's a Dread card, we can play it without consuming an action. So the Eternal Hunter is an undead card, which is going to search for a Shady Recruiter. It's going to search for that. And it's going to play it immediately, giving us our Creeble cards, which is then going to be able to lay us a Creeble card with the additional action to then activate Captain Rotbeard. So I do think that if we just get rid of... those Barkeeps, because the cards we want to draw are our Undead and Creeble. We don't want to search for a Barkeep. The Corrupted Spirit is giving us enough card draw. The Assassin's Guild is giving enough card draw that those barkeeps were just kind of like meh. And if we organize our deck in such a way that we can literally just keep getting the Shaded Recruiters off the Eternal Hunters, amazing. Amazing. The only thing that's going to stink is when we draw all of our Shaded Recruiters and our Eternal Hunters are a dead card. So what we might want to do actually is we might want to only run 2 and run 3 Shaded Recruiters. I'm just putting this in there. I just want to see how it works. I really don't like the Vile Breath Creebles. I really don't. It feels weird. I just don't. They're not a card that's being proactive. We can add in another Sneaky Creeble for 3 of them because these cards are amazing. They bypass damage. They can be increased with the Lurking Horrors. Essentially, what I want to do is I would just want to look at all the Undead and the Creeble cards that we have access to. The Gutbelt Shaman might actually be really strong here as well. How much poison do I have in this deck? 14. Ooh. The Gutbelch Fanatic is okay. But the Gutbelch Shaman, to just allow our Corrupted Spirits to bypass any damage. Obviously, Spectral Widow is already doing that. Ooh, now that's interesting. Now that is interesting. That Vile Breath Hexer, I actually like over the Vile Breath Creeble. Because in this deck, we are being very aggressive, right? We're doing Creeble after Undead, really doing a lot of chip damage. The thing that we want is our opponent to essentially not heal. We don't want him to heal. There are a lot of cards in here like Secret Creeble and Spectral Widow which bypass damage reduction. Those are fine. Your walls don't matter to me at all. I don't care about those at all. I'm chip damaging through your walls, whatever. It's your healing that I don't want. So I almost want to take out these Vile Breath Creebles, add in 2 Hexers, because not only will they draw me a card when they expire, but they prevent my opponent from healing, which is really crucial at some stages in the game. Now, Gutbelt Shaman is one where it... Actually, with all of my stuff bypassing damage reduction, the Gutbelt Shaman doesn't feel that necessary anymore. At least in this deck. The Cauldron Wraith. Cauldron Wraith and Blight Wraith seem pretty good for this style of deck. They seem really good. Because it's the Gutbelch Fanatic that I'm not really in tuned to having in this deck. Mostly just for the fact that we're really aggressive. We don't need that much healing. And yeah, I can return a buff to your hand. It's fine for control. So there's 10 Creeble cards. I mean, it is a death card. We'll probably just keep it in here for being the death card it is. Yeah, we'll just keep it because there's not a whole lot of Kriebel cards to be utilized in Dread that are as impactful as that. I mean, we could put in the Vile Breath Kriebels again, but we need death. We need death cards. It's our undead cards. We're running 11 of those. So essentially, yeah, Shadow Puppet, Shady Recruiter, and Assassin's Guild are all supporting the deck, which is perfect. Which is perfect to see. What I might even want to do here is put in one Epic Banquet. I want to put in one Epic Banquet, if not only for the fact that if we draw all of our Kriebel cards, Shady Recruiter becomes dead. Epic Banquet will allow us to refill the Kriebel cards back in, draw us a card. If anything, it's just used for card draw. But I do like that. And all of our Kriebel cards, we are running one of each. So that's perfectly fine. Now, these combos, I don't like. And the reason I don't like them is because our deck is very aggressive right now. The deck that we have here is very aggressive, and all of our combos are defensive. We are not a deck that's looking to go past the mid game. We're not a deck looking to go to the late game. So Soulstorm, for all the undead cards, we want to be able to lay our actions, right? We want to be able to lay our actions. We are simply looking for combos that are going to be impactful on the board, like Burst of Venom. Raising the Dead puts undead buffs into play. The only ones we have are Spectral Widows. I guess we have Lurking Horrors too. But that's not really a card we need. I want to take, like, all of these out. Possibly put in a Venom Veins. Possibly a Tainted Miasma. Horrific Manifestation is just really good. What are we sitting on? So not a whole lot of death. Not a whole lot of death cards. Actually, let's run Poison Spray over Venom Veins. Devour Soul, I'm not even really keen on. I think that one we could even just Soul Whale. We could even just Soul Whale on that. Actually, Soul Whale will literally do us nothing. Outside of helping Corrupted Spirit. We might just want to... I don't know, what do you say? Toxic Haunt is better than Soul Whale at this point, because it pays for everything. Toxic Haunt is strictly in here for combo payment, as we are going to be cycling through our decks so quick with all of our aggression. Devour Soul is powerful. I will say that it is powerful. We might be able to take it out for Tainted Miasma. Because we don't really need more Graveyard Recursion. We could put a Devour Soul in for Tainted Miasma. I was going to say, I turned Legacy off. Don't tell me that Toxic Haunt is Legacy. It shouldn't even be on the screen then. But I think with this style of deck... Oh, you're thinking Devour. Yes, Devour is wrong. With this style of deck that we have in here, for just Shadow, or for just Dread, without splitting into other options, this is actually a deck where Eternal Hunter I feel is going to be really good. Because Eternal Hunter is only going to be used for Shady Recruiters. And all of our... A lot of our damage is coming from our Creeble cards. Which I think is what we find. What we want. Trying to think here. Yeah. So the way I've kind of modified this deck in the sense with his Rotbeard is it felt like his Rotbeard was, it had the tools for being aggressive, but then it also had Umbra and Terror Guard to like survive late game. It had Barkeep, which was just more overdraw than he really needed. When instead of the Barkeep for card draw, I put in more Shady Recruiters and Eternal Hunters for more card fetch. Because if we can get more card fetch, that means that we can search for specific cards as we're just hoping to draw decent cards. I got rid of Shadow Form and a lot of the late game death or undead combos that were just really slowing the deck down in a sense for the combos. Because if we can get them low but 10, Horrific Manifestation is a game over. Poison Sprays, 8 damage, game over. Burst of Venom, 8 to 10 damage, game over. All of these, 3 of our combos are just game overs after our deck runs our course. Especially with Captain Rotbeard, being able to just increase the damage and just deal 1 damage with all that fun stuff that it is doing. We do have Gut Belch Fanatics for healing, but I'm not really utilizing them for healing in this sense. They're either going to be A, pay for the death in certain combos, or B, removing one of my own buffs to return a buff to their hand if it's in the way for something that I need to do. Like if that's where a wall comes up that I for some reason can't get through, return it to your hand, Scapegoat, kill you, something like that. Or Gut Belch Fanatic, Corrupted Spirit, 4 damage, draw a card, gets through the wall. Something like that where Gut Belch Fanatic is more of a control aspect than it is a healing and supportive card. Now, obviously, I don't have a lot of buffs. I have... How many buffs do I have in the deck, actually? I have 9. So, Gut Belch Fanatic isn't going to be used a whole lot for that purpose, which is probably why keeping like a Hexer or something in the wing to make sure that I can do a turn like that is going to be really good. But yeah, without too much of a guideline for this deck, I wasn't sure if OFC just needed help on refining it, or if he needed it to be like if he wanted to make a mid-range deck, or if he wanted to make a more control style deck. I wasn't sure what he was really looking for there. So I just took his deck list. That was a lot of generic of both. I mean, we could easily make a more control style Rotbeard, put back in those undead combos. We could use a lot more of the come in here, look at a lot of the Creebles that are, buff removal, Creeble Decoy, delay the attacks. We have giant healing ones. We have Saboteur. We have Unruly Mob. There's a lot of Creebles that can be very defensive as well, along with the offensive ones. We could use Skeletal Rider to be more of a defensive style. Mind you, it won't trigger the abilities, but it will be one of those where it's just we have another consistent damage thing off of it. We could run the Vile Breath Creebles in there for the mill attrition style. There's plenty of ways to go with this that just my modifications took this into the sense where it was very aggressive, use the ability kind of like countering your Lugnuts with the 1 ping damage. That's what it wanted to do. So that's the style I went. I hope it's okay with him. We will try this out. Mud Turtle, if you actually wanted to test out your new Howlock deck against this revised version, I'm okay with that. I feel like this one, now that I've built it and have an idea... Well, give me a second to put the deck list up, man. I'm just joshing, man. I'm just joshing. All right. So we will go ahead and save that. Let's try this. Me against Mud Turtle, me against the world. Did it not hit? It shows. There we go. Whoa! What happened to my deck list? There we go. That was weird. That was very weird. The Colossi Cannon. No one is surprised at all, ever. Not in a million years. What do we do here? I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's fine. So we'll see what Mudlock's new Howlock deck can do. This actually might just be the smart play before that starts attritioning us. With this deck, we can't just allow constant damage to come through like that. So I think that's actually the better play. Remove that as soon as possible. Reduce damage from combos. Alright, good to know. I'm actually in a sense where I can just pass draw. Alright, now we got some really fun turns to have coming up. Mountain Breaker, sure. Sure. Put this down. Put that down. Now, Mud Turtle is playing Mountain. He could have Boulder Feasts. He could have the Colossi that heals him for 4, prevents me from playing combos. There's a whole lot of tool set that Mud Turtle could have access to. This is essentially card draw. That's all I want right now. Beautiful pickups. And a power hoarder. We're gonna go ahead and pick that one up. And that one. Now I've laid an undead. Just keep that chip damage coming. Probably going to spin this out so we can heal, would be my guess. But I'll draw a card. So now I can heal without hurting himself. Very fun. Very fun indeed. So now I don't have lethal. Mud Turtle has ways to spin this forward. I think what I do is I actually do utilize this to kill this buff. Heal for 8. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we do want something like Shadow Form back in the deck. For a lot of these OTK spike decks, our attrition style is good for aggression. But we might actually want to put back in the Shadow Form or something like that to stop a lot of this just heavy hitting damage. So we'll put that into play. Okay. Fine with me. A-okay with me. Crystal Leech. Sure. Sure. So 1 leech gone. Fine. Posted the Q&A event on Facebook. Thank you, Cecilia. I appreciate that. Mountain Fort. No problem, my main man. No real sense in doing anything yet. I'll pass. Okay. Prism Bite Scuttler. No need to play our hand yet. We're at 15. He could start healing now. There's the healing. Crystalline Oscillator. Guys, I think we did it. I think we've done it. I think we've done it there. So I do want to go back in here, change out the combos. I feel like I was a little too quick to judge the combos. We can put Shadow Form back in. Still don't like Raising the Dead. But we could put in Death Shroud. I do like Death Shroud. No, this is just a standard Rotbeard deck. It's more aggro style than anything. It utilizes the nice synergies between Eternal Hunter and Shady Recruiter more than anything. Because Eternal Hunter searches for the Recruiter for free, plays it for free, gets me 2 Kriebel cards, then I get to lay the Kriebel card as the third action, allowing the Eternal Hunter to be the dead and the Kriebel for Rotbeard to really go off as such. It runs 1 Epic Banquet because your Kriebel cards are a lot of your damaging cards, so if you for some reason need late game, Epic Banquet helps you get them back, because you will be drawing and cycling through a lot of your cards as quick as possible. Assassin's Guild and Corrupted Spirit are card draw, multiple actions per turn, stuff like that. And then, of course, Lurking Horror is just amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a really cat butt all the way. But yeah, it's just one of those. It's a consistent deck for Rotbeard to just be more aggressive style on, along with the fact that Spectral Widows and Sneaky Kriebels all bypass damage reduction. We added in some Vile Brew Hexers in here to prevent it. So it's like, hey, my opponent's going to heal. Well, you can't. And if you do, it'll hurt yourself. I got to ask Mud Turtle. Cat butt right in the camera. Come on. Sweetie, stop mooning everybody. Mud, I got to ask. Was that Viabrew Hexer, while it was just sitting out there, was it annoying? Like, were you at a chance where you could heal? And you're like, I'm going to kill myself if I heal. I got to know from your perspective. Was it a... No? It was just there? Okay. I put it in to be more of a nuisance than anything. But if it really wasn't, then we could easily toss those back in for the Vile Breath Creebles, as opposed to the Hexers. We could easily toss the Creebles back in over the Hexers. As it is just 2 damage, it is another buff to put on board with the Gut Belch Fanatic. Well, the Hexer is a buff as well, but I mostly kept the Hexers in there for healing deterrence and possible card draw if they do decide to heal. But yeah, this is the new deck list that I came up with to help. The combos are a little changed out. I don't think there's any... I don't think there's any Wave 5 cards in here. I could be wrong, though. Oh, Gut Belch Fanatic. Nope, that's a Wave 4. Oh, no, yeah, we're... No, wait. It says something went wrong. What went wrong? What's in here that should not be in here? Or is there just something wrong with the database right now? The database might be down, which is why I can't share the deck list. You had your warrior. Yeah, so the deck list just might be wrong right now. Which is fine. But yeah, that's the Rotbeard deck I came up with. We could easily try and build a Rotbeard deck that is more of a tempo control style. With a lot of the undead recursion and the Creeble cards. But I don't think that is it's really utilizing Rotbeard's hero ability in the best way. To be able to lay back-to-back undead and Creeble cards. So that's my Rotbeard deck. I'm going to take another quick break. Use the restroom. When we come back, TS has shared a Zelina Bloodroot deck that he would like help on. That focuses around the Royal Bumblers. And I am more than happy to give it a shot. Do I want to try it versus a different style versus aggro? We could. Why don't we try it? Mud, I'll give you one more shot against aggro. I'm not sure how this deck is going to do against aggro. It's not as refined. I kind of see it as more of a Cannoneer Lugnut, but all of its damage comes in very small amounts. Nothing is more than 5. So I don't know. Del says we need a tech deck. We'll work on a tech deck today, Dels. Or give me an idea of what you would like me to build for a tech deck. And I'll more than happily try it. But yeah, the Rotbeard deck, it's a very cyclical damage deck. Where nothing is over 5. So it feels really micro-aggression. But a lot of it is unblockable damage. Which is the hindsight. There's a lot of it is just, hey, all this damage is going to come through despite your wall. So it may not do as well against aggro, because aggro might just overpower me before I can do anything. And, oh man, the amount of card draw that Mud has in that deck is insane. So this could be a little difficult on my end. Because he could have an Informant in hand right now, and I could just be shut out. Yep, there it is. Called it. I called it. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna do this. I mean, yeah, just because I can. It feels kind of bad, but, I mean, if he's got the Crystal Leech, he was going to Crystal Leech this regardless. I don't think, just knowing Blood Turtle's deck, just knowing the deck, I don't think it runs a whole lot of healing. So, rotate this. Okay. And a Flame Burrower to get that Flame Chain Warrior back. Nice. Nice play. Nice play, good sir. Well, we'll utilize this. Just need to take this. And that. Unfortunately, I don't have like any more undead to utilize this, and it's gonna get rotated out anyway. With the Flame Chain Warrior. Another Flame Burrower. You're kidding me. Well, I really don't have much else to do. I can't even Devour Soul that. Shadow Puppet, no. I have a bad draw right now. This deck, I think I might need to include more Poison Creeble cards. But yeah, just the card synergy that Mountain has compared to this one. Crystal Bat, sure. Creeble Decoy. I could put Creeble Decoy in. And doing so would make this more of a control style deck. I need to heal. But I mean, the Mud Turtles deck is just card draw and attacks. Which is sad to say that it's more efficient than me trying to put together a family-oriented. That just card draw and attacks is effective beyond all reasoning. So I can do this. So I'm at 6. Mud Turtle's at 20. No, is at 17. And he's got Flame Bats, Flame Chain Warriors, everything in his hand to kill me. I have a Boulder Feast, really? Because you need it? You need to get card size down. Yeah, it's just card draw. Efficient card draw. Okay, well, I can do this. God. Alright. Am I just dead? Can I just please be dead? Oh, well, I'm dead now. I'm gonna do this. Go for 8. I know he's got cards in his hand. I know it. I know he does. Okay. Mountain Breaker. Sure. Turn too late, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do. If I... Nope. Okay. And there's lethal. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, like, it's not the family support. His deck is a family. It's an elemental deck. He has family support too. It's no, yeah, that's what it is. It's his is just damage and card draw, where mine is trying to in unison pull off a somewhat gimmick of Kriebel Undead, getting those card synergies to work, whereas he's just damage. That's it. And right now, until we get these cards revamped and reworked, that is strictly going to be the better way of playing, is just damage. Plain and simple, just damage. Because damage trumps any card synergistic as all, which is where, at least in my opinion, they need to give card increases that reward you for playing a certain playstyle with them. Which is why I think that like cards like Flamebat need to be changed instead of 5 damage. You need to have it be like 3 damage, but if you played something before it, do something better. To give it so that these cards that are very generic are not just the be-all, end-all cards to play. So no, yeah, I mean, dude, it's a good deck. I'm not saying it's a bad deck. I'm just saying, like, right now, until these changes come, damage is the best way to go. Damage and card draw. Think of the most vanilla terms you can, and that's the best way to play the game. Alright, guys. I'm going to use the restroom quick. When I come back, I will look at the Zelina Bloodroot deck given me by Terror Shock. So don't go anywhere.